Good morning. I hope you're keeping well. That's a nice cup of coffee. Enough of the pleasantries. Last night was not a great game against Brentford, lads, now was it? Hello, how are things? How are you getting on? How are you? Chelsea drew 2-2 with Brentford away last night, and to say that the game was not very promising or encouraging from a Chelsea perspective is a very fair statement by me, I have to say. When the lineup even first came out, I was very confused as to why we had three centre-backs playing. That did confuse me. And then you get the usual Chelsea thing. Oh, we've got three centre-backs because Hato's going to invert and we're going to have 2 9s and then 3 half-7s. And when the lineup is announced, you have 2 centre-backs, a right and a left-back. Fofana was our right-back, which just did not work at all. Chalobah has played there right-back. Josh Achimpong has played there right-back. And our 2 main right backs were also on the bench. Go back over my videos, lads. You'll see me talk about rotation plenty of times. But don't rotate it so that neither of your right backs, your predominant right backs, are starting. That's a bit silly. Left back then, I was happy to see Hato get a start. I thought finally he's going to get a chance. Cucurella would probably play midweek. All good, fine. Midfield was fine. And then we get to the attackers. Buononotte starting confused the life out of me. Then we recall Mark Gui from his loan and then don't even include him on the bench. Basically, the lineup and the bench had me a little bit like, me no like it. No like it. No like it. Let me know if you like my cup too. Too tired to function. But that was the lineup, then the game started. And we weren't very clinical. There was a few players I'm going to give a shout out to during my ratings. But there wasn't anything really blowing me away at the start. We completely fucked ourselves because we can't defend against over-the-top balls. And to be fair, Tosin probably should have closed down Kevin Slim Shady a bit more. But he didn't. We conceded. Deflected goal. Quite annoying. But I was quite annoyed. Fofana was in the middle of nowhere. Our left back was after bombing way up the pitch, and Chalobah was in the centre trying to win back the ball. He didn't. So then that left us very exposed to the back tin, and Brentford fucked us. You could even say the bees stung us. And I saw a fun stat then. If you look at every single Premier League game we played so far this season, including disallowed goals for Fulham and Crystal Palace, we have conceded first in every single game. We're starting far too slow. We're far too sloppy. We're making it an uphill battle, underdog story every single time, and we shouldn't. We had to make 3 changes at half time, which was a bit mental. Hato coming off, Fofana coming off, and Buononotte coming off. Reece James, Cole Palmer, and let's pretend this is Cucurella, all coming on then at half time. I liked it. I liked the drive and the intensity and the ambition from Maresca to fix this. He clearly saw stuff on that pitch and was like, no, this is bullshit. And it did change the game up a good bit. Definitely Reece James was upgraded for Fofana. Cucurella, a slight upgrade on Hato, but I suppose again, that's just Hato's first time playing for us. Well, starting for us. And then Palmer came on after a while for Jamie Gittens. And then that's when we started to see the better play. Ball was bouncing in around the box. Fell to Palmer, scored a goal. Fantastic. He had another great chance later on in the game to score as well. Neto squared across to him, but he just played it straight into the hands of Queven Kelleher. Even before we got back into the game, honestly, the game was so boring. Caicedo then got a goal for us too. That's 2 goals for him. He's better than Rice. Things were looking comfortable. Things were looking fine. Things were looking great. And then we made a mistake that we're going to make many more times this season. Fucking fell asleep. And we brought on Garnacho. Look, I won't harp on about Garnacho too much. I don't like him, that's it. But for the Brentford equaliser, look at these still shots here, right? As we analysed them, fair enough, Reece James, he was nearer to the back post and maybe he should have covered and been more defensively aware rather than being ball watching, right? That's the first thing I would mention. The second thing is that is the left post. Where is Cucurella? Why is he trying to header the ball with 2 or 3 other Chelsea defenders? Lastly then, I think this is the biggest scrutiny and crucifixion I can occur today. This is clearly Garnacho's man. Garnacho knows where he is. He's supposed to be marking him. He's asleep dreaming about, oh, will I dye my hair yellow or blonde or white next week? Oh, will I get a new neck tattoo? And whilst he's daydreaming of all this shit then, conceded then. So very sloppy, ridiculous, immature. That's what happens when you sign a bunch of lads in their early 20s. They haven't got the maturity, they haven't got the awareness, lad. This stuff comes with experience. But in Garnacho's case, you'd hope it would come in with a bit of common sense. So before the game, I said, listening to my head, I would say 1-1. Listening to the heart, I would have said 1-0. So a draw away to Brentford, I can't complain too much. Win your home games, draw your away games. That's kind of a good staple if we aim for this season, I feel. But Brentford were set up not to lose. 5 at the back, defensive midfield. They knew what they were doing. They went out with the intention of not conceding and not really scoring. But yet they scored 2 goals. That tells you how bad our defensive awareness was. The fact that a team that set up to draw 0-0 scored 2 goals against us. Look, I haven't seen a fantastic performance yet this season besides the West Ham game, and even then we started slowly. And look at the state of them. I mean, oh my God, that man needs to join the Dole office pretty soon. I'm all for changing up the lineup, but changes so it makes sense. Start Gusto, start James, start Achimpong, and Buononotte as your central attacking midfielder. Like, who? Like, surely we have somebody else. Can Enzo Fernandez play there and Andre Santos play beside Caicedo? Or the other way around? Let Enzo stay back and let Andre Santos play up there. There has to be some option. They're all my main notes and kind of thoughts in the game, really. We'll go into the player ratings here now. But yeah, I can talk a bit more detail then. Robert Sanchez. He made a few good saves, to be fair to him. I could push for a 7, but I'm giving him a 6.5 just because I think, well, look, neither of the goals were his fault, to be honest. He did make a few good saves, but it's just the uneasiness watching him the whole time. Like I'm always terrified of what he's going to do. Wesley Fofana, 4.5, gone at half time. Don't play him right back again. Like, it just didn't work. It didn't suit. Fair enough, Hato was the one cutting in and inverting on the other side. I like to have the options of being able to do one or the other going forward. That is ideal, to be honest. But no, it just didn't work. Wasn't a fan. I would not be starting him over Tosin or Chalobah anytime soon. Tosin Adarabioyo. See, normally when I watch Tosin, I just think big stature. He commands the box. He commands the defense. He can make a few clearances and everything else. But like, he should have done better for our first goal, closing down a bit more. He did seem a little bit shaky in this game. I'm giving him a 6 here. It was okay, not fantastic. I think that's what you can give a defender who I think was a bit of a weak link in the 2 goals that we conceded. That, like, I don't know, that he should have helped command the box more. I don't know, is that Reece James's job to say, you go here, you go there? Or is it the centre backs? I don't know what the crack is. But for both the goals, we were caught out, pants down, not great. Trevor Chalobah. However, once again, like I said in my other review recently, I think the Fulham game, Chalobah gets a 7. Yes, he was a bit far up the pitch and didn't make the tackle for the first goal, but again, he had 2 centre-backs behind him against 1 player. You'd hope that they would do a little bit better. Lots of clearances, lots of tackles. I think, yeah, anytime a ball came into the box, he punted it out. He cleared the ball, got rid of the danger a lot. I'm giving Chalobah a 7. I was happy with him. If we had 2 Chalobahs, I don't think we would have conceded 2 goals. Gerald Hato. So I thought it was a little bit harsh to take him off at half time. At the same time, we were down 1-0. Maresca wanted to win the game. That's fair enough. I can respect that call. There was nothing I saw really that made me think, oh God, Jesus. His link-up play with Gittens wasn't amazing, but I would put that more so down to Gittens. And again, the space that Hato was occupying up the pitch on the left-hand side was occupied by Joao Pedro quite a lot too, so it's pretty crowded. I'm giving Hato a 5.5. That's how I best describe it. I wouldn't call it meh. I think meh's like a 5. I give this a... It's like when you're at someone's house and ask you on tea, and you're just about to say, sure, go on then. I'm just below the, sure, go on then. I'm like, I don't know, we don't stand to play long. I mean, we got a head away, need to put out the washing. That's where I am with Hato. It was nearly what you want. Nearly what you'd want. Enzo Fernandez. This man has been so inconsistent so far, but like, again, that's been his Chelsea career for the most part. People forget the games that he just kind of disappears. But I don't think he did a whole lot. Like, his link-up play with Buononotte was alright at times and that kind of stuff. But like, I don't really feel like any major chances came from him. I think he might have crossed the ball in for Pedro, who then headed it down for Cole Palmer. But besides that, I didn't see a whole lot. I wasn't amazed. A bit Danny Drinkwater-esque, I would say, for Mr. Fernandez.
Hello everyone, I forgot to mention too, 5.5.
Why is this Caicedo? 9. Fantastic. Oh lads, what a performance. What a fucking performance. This man was unbelievable. Scored the goal. I don't know how many times I watched the game and I was just like, oh, Caicedo's won the ball back. Oh, he's won the ball back. Oh, he put in a great tackle. Like, Jesus Christ, he was amazing. Like seriously, without him, like, again, it's like the whole Kante thing, whatever else. Our defensive midfielder always seems to save us in these games that were not great, that we could easily lose. Caicedo was brilliant. I was very happy. Give him a 9. Chuffed. Pedro Neto. He had a lot of silky play in the game now, to be honest. There was a few times he got the ball touched and he kind of whipped it in, or like he turned in and he put in a few decent balls into the box. There was one in particular that, like, if we had an out-and-out striker, they would have been in the right position. But like, I think Palmer, Fernandez and Joao Pedro are all, like, say 2 or 3 yards too, like, behind the ball. But I give Neto a 7.5. I was very happy. Like, if he did this every game, like, you just need a clinical striker up ahead of him. I don't think he put much of a foot wrong. I thought he was very, very good. He's really surprised me so far this season. I think besides maybe Caicedo, he's been our most consistent player so far. Like, he's just putting in great. Well, and Joao Pedro. Well, no, Joao Pedro wasn't great the first game or this game. So I think Neto, yeah, he's been more consistent. And that's what you want, is consistency. Ciabatta, Buononotte, or whatever his name is, Brighton guy. Brighton guy gets a 7, and I'll tell you why, lads. A certain element of it is expectations. My expectations were very low. I was a bit disappointed to see him taken off at half-time. Disappointed to see him come off, but happy to see George came on. Conflicted emotions. In hindsight, I think it would have been best to leave him on maybe and then bring on Palmer for him instead, like another 10-15 minutes later. But no, I was pretty happy. Like, I was very surprised. I was very surprised. His link-up play was very good. He did have a few bad passes. Like, he played it once out to Gittens and it was nowhere near the man. 7, I was surprised. If Cole Palmer put in his performance, I might say like a 6 or 6.5, but probably 6.5. But given our expectation here, lads, I'm giving the man a 7. Fair play. He proved me wrong so far. Just get a few more goals and assists, and you'd prove me very wrong. Jamie Gittens. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. 4.5. I'm not going to call him a flop. I'm not going to call him a bad signing because, lads, we are 4 games into the season. Gittens has played what, like a grand total maybe of 3 games minutes wise in total, if even, probably 2.5 games. The man needs time to bed in. This is the story with Chelsea and sometimes these unrealistic expectations, or to be honest, the Premier League in general, with the kind of top 5 and 6 clubs, is that you sign a player and you expect them to hit the ground running straight away. These players take time. Sometimes, lads, give him the season. I'm happy to give Gittens the season. Let him adapt and bed into it. Unless he puts in like constant stinkers. Unless he's like in Cuckoo said last year, and he just comes on and you're just kind of looking at him being like, what's going on here, lad? What are you doing? What the hell is going on? But look, 4.5, yes, bad rating, but like, give the man time. He's young. Give him a chance, right? Relax. Joao Pedro, the man was dropping deep so much. Like, I get he wanted the ball and get on the ball and affect play and not be like how he was against Palace where he barely got a chance. But like, he was dropping in deep far too much. There were times that Joao Pedro was further back than Hato. Hato was ahead of him. And look, I get system and everything, whatever else, blah, blah, blah. But when we don't have wingers that are natural goal scorers, they're not Salahs, they're not Hazards, they're not Sanchez. You need your striker to stay up the top and be there to get the ball and finish it. When your attacking midfielder is Buononotte, like, is the confidence in him to get the ball, drive on and take a shot? I don't know how many shots Buononotte had in the game, but when Palmer came on, he had about 4 or 5, right? So fair enough, Pedro can drop deep when you've got Palmer ahead of you who's going to drive and take on shots. But for the first half, Pedro's dropping far too deep, and then he's way out on the left wing, he's way out on the right wing. I was like, where are you going? Where are you off to? He was fucking chasing the yellow brick road by. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. But I give him a 5.5. Like, I don't know, just his positioning and stuff, I wasn't amazed. Like, he got an assist fair enough for Palmer's goal just because he kind of clattered into him and the ball fell back to Palmer. But like, not very effective. Not a big complaint. These things happen with players. He gets a 5.5. I wasn't blown away. Onto the substitutes then. We had Reece James who came on at half time. I would say slightly better than Fofana, but I don't remember him doing a lot. Should he have done better for that goal at the end? Did he even need to header the ball out at the time as well to give away the throw-in, which they scored from? He gets a 5, like, yeah, slight upgrade, but like, didn't really impact the game. Again, I think sometimes if he's let to be bombed down the wing and put in crosses and whatever else, link up with Neto. He did go forward sometimes, but didn't get a big grip in the game. I don't know, I'm not sure, but it's just a 5. Not amazing, but better than Fofana. Cucurella, yeah, he bombed forward, more like what the players were used to. When I saw him come on, it was like this sudden change. Like him and Palmer coming on, it was like a sudden change in like Chelsea once again knew what they were doing and how they're supposed to play. Before that, it was kind of like a few strangers playing on the pitch. Which, fair enough, Hato and Buononotte and whoever else in Gittens, they might be strangers to the system, but like, I just felt that there was an air of more comfortability. I had more faith that, like, I have good faith here, we might equalise and get a winner when I saw Cucurella on the pitch. He gets a 6, fair enough. Maybe my question mark is again, why wasn't he at the left post for that goal? I'm blaming half the team for that goal at the end, but fuck it, I need to blame somebody. Like, that needs to be explained to me. Tyreek George, another man that came on at half time, and I'm giving him a 5.5. I get it, he was supposed to leave in the summer. And I don't know what Maresca's thoughts are on him. I know he likes Reggie Walsh a lot. Maybe play Reggie Walsh, so in that case Maresca, like, stop mentioning him and teasing him. Just fucking play the man, will ya? Like, but anyway, Tyreek George came on, and then he was pushed out to the right, and then eventually got out to the left. I'm like, are you trying to force this man out the door by being like, I'm not going to play you where you want to play, oh no. Like, he came on for Gittens there against Fulham when the lap came off injured. He came off here at half time. He's getting the chances, to be fair to him, he's getting the chances. He looked fucking terrifying, by the way. He really scared me. Like, what is this about?
Evil Saka is real. He's coming for you. Choose your Saka carefully.
But besides all that, yeah, 5.5. Like, it wasn't impactful. I still hold up hope for him. I still have hope. Based on how Gittens performed, I'd have him starting the next game. Cole Palmer came on with 45 minutes left, which I suppose 50 minutes in total given the injury time. He seems to be back from the niggle anyway, which is good. I think having him on the bench in the first place was a case of break the glass in case of emergency, and we had to break the glass because we had an emergency. Yeah, he was good. He seemed to be back to his best. Got his goal anyway. I think that's his first goal of the season. So I give Palmer a 7. He came on, he helped to change the game. He drove it forward. Pretty happy with him. Like, yeah, I think 7's a fair rating. I think, yeah, for what we had on the pitch, he definitely made the difference. Alejandro Garnacho, 0. Garnacho gets a 0. He came on and he did fuck all. Our very last chance of the game was a ball played out to him. He did fuck all with it. There's another time a ball came to him and he also did fuck all with it. He looked like disinterested or whatever else. He probably wishes he was back up in the stand playing on his phone, texting, oh, I won't start any accusations, but like, fuck him. And what was he doing for the corner? I'm going to keep this up here, like, explain to me. You can see the player that scored the goal. You can see the Chelsea player that's closest to him. There must be some bit of man marking, some bit of awareness, some bit of being awake. Garnacho wasn't fucking awake here, boys. 0 for Garnacho. Not impressed. Enzo Maresca. In terms of his in-game management, besides Garnacho, subs at half-time, brave move, I liked it. Palmer coming on with only about 10 minutes gone into the second half, I liked it. He adapted, he realised changes need to be made. I'm giving Maresca a 7.5. He was pretty good. I liked his in-game management and everything else. The bench selection and that kind of stuff, look, whatever else. But like, I'm just going off of when the ball was kicked at the start of the game to the end, give him a 7.5. He made changes when they need to be made. And he's done that a few times this season now. The first game against Crystal Palace, he brought in Esteval with about 35 minutes to go. He's not afraid to make changes early, and I like it. I think one criticism we could say last year is that he left it very late to make changes, like 78, 88 minutes, but now he's doing it 55th, 58th minute. He's not afraid to make changes. He'll send you out at half-time, and if you're not making the impact immediately, then you're gone, and that's it, like. But the blue jeans do freak me out a small bit, like, I was like, the man's usually very casual, you know, big, bright, orange, disgusting jumper, tracksuit, t-shirt, that kind of stuff. But this looked like top half Frank Lampard, and like, I don't know, I'm fully certain he went out for a steak dinner last night out in London. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the game anyway. Again, a meh. Look, we haven't been great so far this season. They haven't blown me away in any game yet. We'll see how we can go from here, but like, there seems to be an issue with the lack of depth behind. It could just take time for players to bed in, but when you're splashing 50 million at all these players, lads, come on, you need a bit of an immediate impact now, in fairness. And don't forget, these players just didn't randomly poof out of nowhere. They were playing soccer for their previous clubs. They've been playing it for a couple of years of their lives. They have a basic understanding of what needs to be done and just a few tweaks to their game to fit what Maresca wants. This whole thing of, oh, they haven't fitted into the team yet, blah, blah, blah. Like, fuck it, lads. They're professionals. They cost 50 million. Like, I'm expecting a bit more bang for my buck at this stage when you play. But you let me know your thoughts. What did you make of the game? What did you make of Maresca's jeans? And do you hate Garnacho as much as me? Like, comment, subscribe. All the best. Take it handy. Good luck, cha.